This movie is about training black women to participate in a European death style called so-called homosexuality, lesbianism. But you ain't even know it was lesbianism. Because you ain't even know what it was all about. And so you watching it, and you say, yeah, I feel the same pain she felt. So what's the right answer? Did the cracker tell you to go out and find a good black man? No. Did he tell you that why it happened? Did he tell you about the sex farms and how they rape black men and why we became sexual abusers? No. What did he tell you to do? Go get you another female. And see, you watching it, and in your condition, not thinking, you don't know what he's watching and working, you don't even see the homosexuality. You're like, no, she feels so down, and she's so down, and this woman is trying to make her feel better about herself. No! It's a lesbian training session for any black female who's involved in this lifestyle. Let me show you the predatory way to go after a female. Look for somebody who has emotional issues. Look for a black woman who's dark-skinned, who doesn't feel good about herself. And then you got to learn how a predator goes after their prey. So you say, oh, I think you're beautiful. No, you don't think I'm beautiful. You said I was ugly. You know how brothers, right? Nah, baby, I know, you heard me wrong. She says no, and then they put right in front of our eyes a predatory lesbian scene teaching black women how to go after other black women and teaching you that the best sexual experience you could possibly have will be with another woman. This is 1985. Wow. In 1985, if you went outside and spent all day in the city looking for a black lesbian, you probably wouldn't find one. This is 2008. If you walk outside in any major city in this country, I can't imagine spending 5 hours outside and not seeing a black lesbian. Right. This movie is the foundation for modern black feminism and black lesbianism.
Yes, sir.
Because it was the first time that somebody dealt with the sexual abuse. But they wasn't dealing with it to help you. They didn't tell you, did somebody come in and deal with the sexual abuser? No. It just told you to go in the wrong directions. And so now, we see here the promotion and sending of black women into lesbianism. Even at the point of wanting to kill her own man. And I don't ever want you to forget the trick that was played on you. Basically, a black woman, here we see Alice Walker, who began to hate black males because her brother shot her eye when she was younger. Didn't shoot it all the way out, but shot her in the eye and blinded her. She was very bitter with him from that point that he did it. It wasn't on purpose, but nevertheless he did it. You can understand she was upset. She became very bitter when it got into a life of lesbianism, even married this small hat, Leventhal here, had a little baby with him. So a very sick black woman. She wrote a book called The Color Purple. And I'm going to tell you what happened because most of us have watched the movie. How many people here have seen the movie The Color Purple? We're going to tell them, because part of the reason we've never been able to turn the black woman against her race, she's never forgotten the things that white males have done to her. But in this movie we're going to make our own movie. We're going to tell her that all the rape, all the abuse, all the selling of your babies, everything that white males have ever done to you was not done to you by whites. It was done to you by black men. So the hatred that you would naturally, normally have for whites, for all the abuse, he's going to tell you historically that it wasn't blacks, it wasn't white males, it was black men. Then we're going to tell her, contrary to the current culture of African people, where women who are like the main character, Celie, who are respectful, came into the man's house, cooked, cleaned, turned it into a palace, was very amenable to the man, would do anything he wanted to do, was a helpmate. We're going to tell her, if you do that, all you're going to do is get brutalized. That's absolutely positively what you don't want to do. Let's look at the production team for The Color Purple.
Look at it.
Now, I'm not going to go through each of their specialties, but just, we see the monster maker, right? Because for the brothers and sisters at home, you pause it here. It's only 2 pages. I'm not going to read both pages. I'm going to show you an entire chapter in the book. It's only 2 pages. Then we're going to look at the movie, and you're going to see beyond any reasonable shadow of a doubt, no question whatsoever, the book and the movie have nothing to do with each other. Remember what Brother Kush talks about all the time, mind book. And just trust me on this, you can read it at home for yourself. It doesn't say much. But how many people are here familiar with the movie? Most of my sisters, all my sisters? Good. Basically, this is the chapter where her sister, Celie's sister, Nettie, moves in with them. Now, I'm going to read this chapter, and I'm reading for a reason. To Nettie, that's Mr. talking to her. She say, thank you. Them shoes look just right. She say, thank you. Your skin, your hair, your teeth, every day is something else to make my ration over. First she smiled a little, then she frowned. Then she don't look no special way at all. She just stick close to me. She tell me your skin, your hair, your teeth. He try to give her a compliment, she pass it on to me. After a while, I get to feeling pretty cute. Soon he stopped. He say one night in bed, well, us done help Nettie all we can. Now she got to go. Where she gonna go, I asked. I don't care, he say. So everybody get that. Right. Sister come, he make a couple of passes at her. She don't go for the passes. One night he tells his wife, sister got to go. What is it? Let's see what the sister says. I tell Nettie the next morning. Instead of being mad, she glad to go. Say she hate to leave me is all. Us fall on each other's neck when she say that. I sure hate to leave you here with these rotten children, she said. Not to mention with Mister. It's like seeing you buried, she said. It's worse than that, I think. If I was buried, I wouldn't have to work. But I just say, never mind, long as I can spell God, I got somebody alone. But I only got one thing to give her, the name of Mister. I tell her to ask for his wife, that maybe she would help. She the only woman I ever seen with money. I say, right. She say, what? I say, right. She say, nothing but death can keep me from it. Real simple. Man made passes at her. She didn't take them. He told his wife, tell your sister to go. She went and told her sister. Sister said, good, I ain't want to be here anyway. She said, please write me. She went and told her sister. Sister said, good, I ain't want to be here anyway. She said, please write me. She said, nothing but death will stop me from writing you, sister. I love you. That's it, right?
Right.
Was there a race fan anywhere in there?
Nope.
Was there a black man trying to beat up some women?
Nope.
Did you want to kill that man? I mean, did you read this, but I just read, did you say, I want him to die?
No.
You didn't say that. Okay. Now, I want you to remember, please resist the temptation. It's very difficult to do this because this is so far away. Because I want you to understand, what I'm about to show you is very important. It's the most emotional scene in the entire movie. But you just read it right here.
Right.
You ain't want to kill the black man. How many sisters in here wanted to kill that man for what you just saw? All right, we don't see any hands in the room, right?
Right.
All right, now let's see what happens when the white so-called Julie, whose full object, when really, whose full object is to turn you into a hater and destroyer of your own men.
Right.
Now you don't get his move. be honest. How many black women sitting in this room, and brothers, you can ask too, when you first saw this movie, how many people wanted her to kill that man for what he just did?
Right.
Who wanted him dead? Who saw what that man just did and wanted him dead?
Right.
Black women. How can a group of white folks sit down, tell you a story about something that never occurred, never ever happened, and make you want to kill your own man? Well, I want you to stop for a second. I want you to think of another circumstance in history where you just want to kill black men. How can somebody sit down and say, I'm going to tell black women a story that never happened? It ain't happening in the book. Ain't no history of no black men. Okay, who rides out on horseback with little black girls going to school in the 1920s?
Right.
On a horse, fully dressed, leaving his plantation house where he don't never work and try to rape little black girls on the side of the road. Who is that?
White man.
How can some cracker sit down and tell you that some magical, then he ain't just a monster, he's a magical monster. One minute he on a horse, next minute he gone. He scared me every time I watch. That's a creepy dude there. We want the black man and black woman always to be at war with each other. And so he gives you images, you see, all throughout. Now understand what I'm saying. We tend to say Alice Walker did a terrible, no, that movie wasn't by Alice Walker.
Right.
You saw a group of white folks sit down and get you emotionally invested in